Hey Chris, how cold is it?
What does your app say?
It says it's a shit show outside.
It's a shit show outside. The app has spoken.
Chris has never been to Niagara Falls before, so we are gonna go check it out today. Apparently everything's frozen. It's been really cold here. We're bundled up. We are ready to go, and we've got about a half-hour drive. Hopefully it will be magic hour. All right, let's go. Okay, made it to the American side. Oh wow, look at that. Everything is frozen. Holy shit.
Say again? That's a shit show? Yeah. Cold, so cold. Your fingers are frozen. They're like little frozen hot dogs. This frozen mist coming off the falls that just lands on everything, including our camera gear and lenses. Like, look at this. And then you try to wipe it off with a microfiber cloth and it just like turns into ice crystals. I've just ice fogged my lenses.
It is really difficult to film a vlog or film or shoot anything in this weather.
Do you think my tongue will stick to my lens?
Probably. Don't try it. No, don't try it!
I think my towel's frozen now. Let's get the fuck out of here.
The camera is entirely frozen and I'm not even sure if it's focusing because the entire lens is frozen. So I apologize if this footage is blurry, out of focus, because I can see a layer of frost on the filter right now. I just spit everywhere because my mouth's frozen.
This is my first time on the Canadian side.
So we were hoping to come over here for the sunset, but stuck at the border, I guess. There's no Nexus line at the Rainbow Bridge. Oh man, that Niagara Falls vlogging session was an epic failure. Yo, C, come out. Why don't you come out here? We're gonna go skating in a little bit. Maybe we should put this on the thing. I'm gonna put it on the thing. So you guys were actually horrified the other day on Instagram. It was like
2 weeks ago.
We got a hot tip from a guy that we work with, and he said, you gotta go out to Niagara Falls. Everything is frozen, everything looks amazing. So we're like, oh, this is gonna be a great opportunity to put together a vlog. We'll get some great clips. We'll test out the crane. We forgot the crane.
We totally left it at home.
So our plan was to go out for Magic Hour, spend the first part of Magic Hour at the American side, and then we were gonna cross the border and get the sunset on the Canadian side. Epic fucking fail.
It didn't work.
Didn't work out. Basically what happened was we got to the falls, frozen mist was covering our gear. We tried to make it across to the Canadian side. It took us like 45 minutes to an hour just to get through. Completely missed the sunset. Finally got to the Canadian side. And then the traffic was backed up so far that we were waiting for 45 minutes to get from the bridge to the falls, which if you guys have been there before, it is not a far distance. Oh man, okay, update. We're bailing. We're like totally giving up. We have been stuck in traffic going to the falls for like 40 minutes. Everything is super frozen. Falls are there. It's hard to see because it's dark now, but it's pretty epic. And it's cold as shit, so I'm gonna get back in the car. Is this the right car?
That's me. Let's do drive-through around here because I just want a burger. We're quitting and gonna eat hamburgers.
Tapping out for burgers.
We suck.
Still never got to see Niagara Falls in person.
No, I've never seen it outside a car. Okay, let's drive through that part that looks like Vegas.
Let's hear the sounds of Niagara Falls. Anyway, it was an epic fail. We got cranky. Chris was hungry. It did not work out at all. I think that we need to find food stat because I'm starved.
Starved?
Starved. Epic fail at Niagara Falls. This was burger time. I'm getting a little bacon cheeseburger with everything on it.
Are you excited?
Yes, I'm so excited. Oh my god, so many fries down here.
Fries?
Oh my god. Proper Tetley bags. Cold day. We couldn't just scrap it because I mean we
had nothing else to film.
Well, we had nothing else to film, but then it was like it would have been such a waste. So instead of just throwing in the towel and not doing anything and scrapping the footage, we decided to continue to make something because I think it's better to make something than to not create anything at all. One of you guys reached out and said, was horrified about your camera on Instagram stories, that it was basically frozen. Would love to see a video on cold weather care for your camera. So that's what you're gonna get today. All of our gear, all of our lenses are all weather sealed. And basically what that means is that it's not a waterproof camera. You know, you can take it out in the rain, you can take it out in the snow, you don't really have to worry about it. So we kind of push our gear probably further than we should. We've taken it obviously in frozen ice mist, in oily lava, dirt,
lava
mud.
rocks. It was like an exfoliant, you know, like that gritty paste.
Every time we turned the lens or did anything, you could hear crunching.
Dial in the back, like, that's probably the one thing that's hurt me the most. We've got our camera snowboarding down mountains.
We brought it basically in the hot springs in Tofino where it was like raining.
It's been hung out at the side of a few helicopters.
If you can't bring your gear to get the shots that you need to get, then what is the point of having the gear anyways? What if you don't have a weather seal camera? Nothing hurts more than ruining or breaking an expensive camera. Hashtag RIP Fanny. Take a moment of silence.
Every manufacturer has recommended temperature ranges for their camera. If you're wondering what temperatures your camera can operate in, the manufacturers actually publish all of that material, probably in the manuals. Like, I don't believe in expiration dates in food or anything like that.
You don't believe in camera manufacturers?
That'd be fine.
So, yeah. Basically, the manufacturer's recommendations are based on how cold or how hot they've tested the camera in. And so chances are your camera will probably be fine in other temperatures. They just haven't tested it and therefore they can't guarantee it. So a couple of issues that you're gonna find if you're bringing your camera out in the cold weather. Your batteries are gonna drain super quick. So make sure you have lots of extra charged batteries. One thing I noticed when we were out at Niagara Falls is my screen was doing a really weird thing and I thought it was a shutter speed. I was like lag on the screen. It's a weird ass motion blur going on right now. Turns out it was the LCD freezing.
The liquid crystal display, having liquid in it,
Froze.
I was too cold myself to even notice.
Something you're gonna wanna keep in mind if you're bringing your camera indoors and outdoors is the condensation that's gonna form on your camera. If you're outside in cold weather and you yourself are warm and sweaty, don't put your camera inside your coat because you're gonna get condensation. That's gonna have more of a detrimental effect on your camera than it will if it's out in the actual cold. I've heard of people taking their camera outside, putting it into a plastic bag, sealing it perfectly, then bringing it inside and letting it completely cool down inside the plastic bag. Apparently that's supposed to cut down on condensation. Again, we don't give a we just bring it in, lay it on the table, and Bob's your uncle. Bob is your uncle.
I do have an Uncle Bob.
You do. Make sure that your SD cards or your CF cards are rated for extreme weather conditions. So if you are in like super duper freezing temperatures, don't breathe on your lens.
We kind of had to when we were at Niagara Falls because there's an ice and mist constantly raining down on us from the falls. Covered the lens in like 15 seconds. So every 15 seconds we're like, and then our microfiber cloth froze and was just like this solid chunk.
It was just painful. Those little hand warmers, you basically crack them and then you can put them in your boots. That makes shooting so much more comfortable. So that's a hot tip, literally.
Yeah, hot tip. That's a knee slapper.
If you're really concerned about your camera gear, you can always buy underwater housing for your camera. Those are really expensive, but they might be worth it if you're gonna be, you know, out shooting underneath waterfalls constantly or you're out around the ocean. You can also get camera bags and lens bags that physically go over your camera and lens to protect them from the weather. What we used to do when we were shooting with non-weather sealed bodies is if we were going out in the snow or in the rain, we would just like basically take a Sobeys bag, like cut a hole, stick the lens through it and like tape it to the lens hood and just like cover the camera with the Sobeys bag.
What's the Sobeys bag?
A plastic bag.
Like plastic grocery bag?
Like a grocery bag. I think we still do it sometimes when we're out on boats and we're taking photos of whales and things like that. It's to protect it from the salt water. Because even though the camera is weather sealed, salt water can do a lot of damage, corrosion and things like that. So that's like the extra level of protection.
You used to do that when I played paintball and you were in the actual field, paint flying everywhere.
The other thing we also have in our bag is a microfiber face cloth from like a camping store. It just helps to kind of wipe down and absorb some of that water off the camera. Like I said, the camera is weather sealed. It is not waterproof. Do you have anything to add?
I think you covered it all.
You can baby your gear and you can drop thousands of dollars on gear. What good is that gear if you're not gonna get the shot? And that's kind of our thoughts about it.
Like the second week I had the drone and I threw it up in 30-kilometer-hour winds over the Atlantic Ocean with seagulls flocking around. Everything's a calculated risk. Don't be afraid to push the envelope a little bit.
Speaking of cold weather, the sun is going down and we are gonna go skating.
Ice skating. Fun times.
Let's go.
asked me to take their picture in a big group. I had to like skate backwards. I was doing crazy maneuvers. I had a bad feeling that I was gonna fall and smash the guy's phone.
So takeaways, what's the point of having expensive gear in your bag if you're not gonna use it to get the shot that you need?
Correct. I agree. But it's also, again, calculated risk. You don't want to put your gear at undue risk just to get a shot that's not going to work out. So
You also don't want to put yourself at undue risk either.
use your best judgment. And we're not responsible if your camera gets ruined.
Yeah, or if you get hurt doing what you're doing. At the end of the day, whatever feels right for you is right. If you want to take your gear out like we do in the wind and the rain and the whatever, great. If you don't, that's perfectly okay as well.
Or on ice skates when you suck at skating. This is a liability.
We suck at skating.
This is a huge liability. With that said, we're going to put the camera away.
Yes, we are. So guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos. That Niagara Falls. I'm in the sun. I got my Canadian disguise on. Still in the sun.
Got the falls over there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Are you gonna go down over the falls in a barrel?
Yeah.
When you take a photo with this feature, your photo is sent to Google to find artworks that look like you.
I feel like this is going to be slightly racist.
Long Museum West Bund. Yeah, of course it finds an Asian guy with glasses.